Hi, Keeley. Hey, after looking over your submitted work and looking at some of the comments that you made, I know you didn't officially ask for anything, but it seemed like it maybe this little tutorial on how to process through I think it's 2.14 these worksheets. But hey, so hopefully this helps. And if you need more information after this, let me know. Maybe we need to go straight, just to direct communication. But hopefully this will help. And if nothing else, hey, as I mentioned in the other one, you are pretty smart, and I appreciate the personal, reflective, and the honesty in your response in the comments on this activity. But hopefully this helps you, and not to fully comprehend the material, but at least feel secure enough in what you know to be able to process through this. So I just pulled screenshots of your work, and that's that proof is that right here. This is you right here. So we're going to try to help with that, and to get you through this. So let's start with 3 here. Let me get my let's get something other than red here. Anyway, I don't know if you do all of your schooling online, possibly, since you refer to no group. But anyway, hopefully you're safe and secure as we're in. I don't know about the Springfield Public Schools, but I know the school that I work for, we are in day 8 of our wintercation here. So yeah, at home and enjoying ourselves. I mean, getting a lot of good Marvel time, a lot of good WandaVision. I don't know what you watch, if you're watching those or not, and certainly are ready for tomorrow's Mars landing. All about that stuff right there. So, but anyway, enough about that. Let's get back to this. So let's look at, if we're looking at number 3 here. Number 3, and we're going to try to address this as we already mentioned. Number 3 does not want you to rewrite these, so we're just going to ceremoniously mark these out. What it wants you to put in there is when you compare each of these strands to the results, like you take this DNA strand and you translate it into RNA, and you would write that out. So if we did that, let's just do that. Get us a little text box here. Let's put this over here, and if I just type those letters A, T, C, G, nope, 2 C's, C, and then a G, and then a C, and then a T, T, A, C, G, and I can make sure I got 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. Okay. Then if we convert those to an RNA strand, it would be U, A, G, G, C, G, A, U, G, C. Those aren't perfectly lined up, but you can see that's what should happen. Okay, now what it wants you to do, it wants you to take the second one here. It wants you to take this one and compare it to each of these, to A, to B, and to C. It wants you to compare those to see if you can determine what type of mutation occurred that you looked at, that you defined in question 2, substitution, deletion, insertion. And spoiler alert, there's one of each. So if you get two of those that you write down twice, then you need to reevaluate your answers. But so what you're going to put in there is the word. What you're going to put in these squares is the word, either the word substitution, or the word deletion, or the word insertion, based on comparison. And if we just do one together, why not? If I take, I'm just going to do number A here. So let's get another text box here, if I bring this over here and I just type in UU GG, I'm just typing in the line on A up there. Let's see, CG AA UCG. Okay, and I'll close this out and I'll just move it up here underneath. Okay, and if I count letters, I get 11, so it's the same amount. Okay, so that kind of eliminates substitution or deletion, spoiler alert. And to confirm insertion, what we've done here is you can see that this is the same. This, however, is different. Okay, and then same. Did I tighten that? Yeah, I did. All right, so it's different here at the end as well. Okay, so basically we have 3 insertions. Okay, so it just inserted the wrong nucleotide. This should be, okay, an A here based off that T, and it went TU, okay, which obviously is the wrong complementary base pairs. And then it went over here, it went C and put a C in, and then put a G and then put a G in. So it just inserted the wrong ones. And so that's the process you'll do for each time for A, B, and C. We just answered A, so you would type in insertion there, and then you'll process through B and C on the rest of those. So that should get you through with 3. And so let's change colors here. So now we'll work on 4. Okay, and 4, the question really is it tells you that it's a frame shift, or we're going to talk about it in a frame shift. Oh, I think I was using the wrong word. Yeah, I was using the wrong word. It's substituting. Yeah, that's my fault. I was thinking inserting, putting individual, but it's substituting the wrong one in. Yeah, that was my fault. I just was thinking that backwards. So substitution is what should be in here. It's substituting the wrong nucleotide. Insertion and deletions are multiple nucleotide. That's my fault there. Let's see. All right. So a frame shift. Essentially, when you think of a frame shift, let's get myself a new line here. But if I want to think frame shift, bring this over here. Let me just give myself some. Give myself some letters here. So if that's my RNA strand, if I want to insert or delete to cause a frame shift, what that really means is it's going to move everything down, okay, one way or the other. So an example would be is if, again, I come in here and edit this, okay, based on this series of nucleotides, I would make a particular set of amino acids which would form a particular protein. But if I come in here and say at the 5th spot and type in 4 A's, you can see how that moved everything to the right. Okay, and what that's going to do now, instead of having the codons that I had before, now I'm going to have a different codon, which is going to make a different protein strain. And that's what a frame shift. And a frame shift may also be, if I take out those 4 A's there, but then I also take out this GAU right here. Okay, that would be a deletion. Now I've shifted everything again this way. Obviously made it shorter. And so again, I'm going to have different codons, which is going to code for different amino acids, which will make a different protein. So that's a frame shift. And so you're just to define that here. And then that takes us to 5. 5 was okay. 5D wasn't right, but we had bigger issues. If you want to go back and take a look at 5D, I think what you did was you did the other 3 right, so it's not like you don't know how to do this, but your answer was this on 5D. And I think what you did, instead of going U in the same box, I think you went this way because it just seemed to catch your eye, and then out here to leucine, whereas it wanted U. No, actually wasn't. I think it was G. Anyway, I'll look at it again. But anyway, 5D was the one that wasn't right there. But I'm drawing a blank on what you actually did. All right, so that gets you through 3, 4, and 5. And now we will look at, not doing that. Look at the ones that gave you the most trouble, and that's these tables here. So these tables here, we'll walk through the process, but it isn't as difficult as it seems. It's just a lot of instructions, and plus, as you mentioned, you were pretty tired when you got to this. So this has probably been the one where you looked at it and like, okay, that can wait till tomorrow when I get some good sleep. So, but essentially, what you're going to do is you are taking the DNA strands and the RNA strands, and you're making mutations occur, so you can see how it affects the amino acid strands, the individual amino acids, and in the overall protein, and how it affects those codons. So essentially, what you're going to do is the big thing is. Let's see, we went red, green. Let's, how about a little rainbow? Yeah, how about a little rainbow? Let's see what that looks like. It seems to be bigger. If you're going to have a rainbow, you want it big. Oh, yeah, there we go. All right, so essentially, this box here is where your focus is going to be. And this refers to, I don't know why it says number rolled. You're not actually rolling dice. Okay, you're just picking a number. But anyway, you're going to pick one of these, 1 through 6. And let's see, 1 through 4 would be the easiest to do because you're just substituting. But anyway, you can pick whatever you want. But essentially what you're going to do is you've got this DNA strand. Okay, and you can tell it's DNA because it's got T's in it. And then you're going to write, okay, the RNA strand after you make your mutation. And in the first time, you can see here it is after nucleotide 4, okay, or in nucleotide 4. So essentially, in this 4 spot, which would be right here, okay, that's where your mutation is going to occur. Okay, whichever one of these that you picked. So say that you picked number 1, substitute specified nucleotide with an A. So irregardless of what happens or what should go in that box, you're going to put an A there. Okay, so but if we went through this, so there's a T here, so obviously we would need to put an A there. And there's an A, so that's where you would go. And then a C, so we'd put a G there. And we get the AUG. And if we close this out and go back up to our wheel here then, AUG, and that's pretty small to read, but I think that's methane, but again, that's pretty small to read. So if I am reading that right, and maybe I'm not, we're going to put those letters in here just to kind of show you what you need to do. Okay, now in this one we should be putting a C there. Okay, but we're going to put an A there. And then we're going to put a T, which would be another A. And then we're going to put a C there. Okay, and what you're going to see is it should have been a C there. So it should have been CAC. So if we go back to R, okay, it should have been a CAC, but we put an A there. And we're going to see it should have been CAC, which is histidine, but we put an A, so now we have AAC, which is aspartame. So what we want you to see is that by changing, okay, that particular nucleotide, we made a completely different amino acid, and that's the take home for what you've got going here. Oh, that didn't work out. So essentially you're going to do that. You're just going to kind of fill this in, and the rest of it will end up being the same. And here, whatever number you chose is what you'll write here. Okay, so I told you right. I just told you the wrong spot. It looks like the mutation needs to go in this line here. Oops. Oh, I don't have a pen up. Yeah, it needs to go in this line here. So this one you will do properly, and that makes sense. That's how you're going to compare it. And so then you'll do your mutations here. You mutate your DNA. Then you'll get your next. You get your mutated RNA, or the RNA for the mutated DNA, and you'll get that amino acid. And you're simply going to be comparing the two. So you've got your DNA. You'll make your RNA just straight off of this. And you'll get your amino acids. Then the number that you picked will go in here, and then you will take this DNA strand, and whatever number you pick, okay, you'll make that change to the fourth spot, which would be right here. Okay, so again, so if you picked number 1, you'll put an A here, irregardless of what does go there, and so you'd have TACA. Okay, and you'd fill the rest of it in. Then you would make your RNA strand, and then you would get your amino acids from your wheel up there, from your wheel, and then you'll be able to compare the two to see the change. Okay, and it's simply the same steps in part 2, in trial 2, except the number is different. The second time, you're going to do it at nucleotide 6. So you'll do the same thing. You've got your DNA strand. Okay, and this trial 2 and this trial 2 are the same thing. It's just I just scrolled down. So again, you'll take your DNA strand, and you'll make your RNA, and then you'll get your amino acids, and then whatever number you picked, and it wants you to pick a different number this time, you'll put there. And in the 6th box, right here, okay, you will make whatever change, whatever number in that spot, and the rest of it will be exactly the same. And then you'll get your amino acid, or you'll get your RNA, then your amino acid, and you'll compare the two, and then you'll be able to answer those 6 questions at the end. So hopefully that helps, or this helps, I should say. But if it doesn't, or you have follow-up questions, feel free to shoot me a message, or whatever you need to do to contact with me, and we can talk more about it. But again, hopefully this helps, and I look forward to seeing your newly submitted work, and then whatever we need to do, we will plan from there.